Star Wars: The Last Jedi may be a certified box office hit in the United States, but it doesn't hold such a strong distinction overseas. Although the film has held solidly in European markets, it failed to take hold in the key blockbuster market of China, pulling in only $28.7 million over its second-place opening weekend. Here's why The Last Jedi struggled in China. It's just not as popular. A large portion of the United States adult population in 2017 grew up with the Star Wars franchise as a childhood touchstone. However, in China, the original Star Wars movies never received a wide theatrical release. The country's first major introduction to the franchise came courtesy of the prequel trilogy. The new trilogy, however, builds heavily on the mythology and characters introduced in the original films, not the prequels. The chance to see Luke Skywalker speak again was enough to draw millions of fans across the rest of the world, but those moments didn't hold the same allure for Chinese audiences. The marketing fell short. Disney is well aware that Star Wars doesn't have the same box office traction in China, so they put a lot of effort over the years trying to ramp up recognition. This kicked off in the months leading up to the release of 2015's The Force Awakens, when the company placed 500 stormtroopers on the Great Wall and hired pop star Liu Han to be an official ambassador for the movie. For The Last Jedi, Disney tried once again to drum up the buzz they got for The Force Awakens. This included a significant number of billboards and mobile ads, as well as a premiere at the Shanghai Disney Resort featuring the film's biggest stars. However, Comscore senior media analyst Paul Degarabedian believes that it may have been too little, too late. To elevate the brand in China, it may be a matter of consistency more than anything else. It's worth noting that the standalone Rogue One: A Star Wars Story also earned a release in China, bringing in $32.4 million in its opening weekend, more than The Last Jedi. That film, however, had the benefit of two local stars, Donnie Yen and Zhang Wen, who lured audiences in. Piracy problems. The Last Jedi hit theaters on December 14th in the United States, but it wasn't released in China until January 5th. With a film this highly anticipated, piracy was obviously a concern, and the fact that the release date was so much later in China may have encouraged some fans to catch the film illegally online instead of paying to see it in theaters. Although the later release date may have hurt the film, it was something Disney pushed for. The company was said to have initially been offered a release date closer to the US debut, but they chose to avoid the crowded early December box office, which left early January as the best option. Strong local competition. Although Disney pushed the release date to try and avoid competition, they still managed to throw The Last Jedi up against one of China's strongest franchises, The X-Files. The third film in the romantic comedy series, The X-Files 3: Return of the X's, was able to beat out The Last Jedi during its second week in theaters, pulling in $86.7 million to The Last Jedi's $28.7 million. Regardless of why The Last Jedi flopped in China, there's no need to be concerned about the film's ultimate box office fate. It earned the second highest opening of all time in North America, behind only The Force Awakens, and managed to beat out Disney's wildly popular Beauty and the Beast to become the highest grossing film of 2017, despite only being in theaters for 2 weeks before the end of the year. It also managed to cross $1 billion worldwide, sitting it at just over $1.2 billion as of the making of this video. Good for the all-time 13th highest grossing film worldwide. The Last Jedi may not be doing well in China, but Disney has nothing to worry about when it comes to the film's overall performance. Thanks for watching. Click the looper icon to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Plus, check out all this cool stuff we know you'll love too.